Most protein powders work until the label turns into a chemistry set, and your stomach becomes the feedback form. One tub promises lean muscle, another promises clean energy, another says collagen protein in giant letters, even though collagen is missing the amino acid profile we need for full muscle building protein. So today we are making this simple. Protein powder is not magic. It is not a personality. It is a convenience tool. The best protein powder is not the fanciest tub, the loudest label, or the one that looks like it was designed by a spaceship. The best protein powder is the one that helps us hit our daily protein target, gives enough leucine and essential amino acids, digests well, and has testing strong enough for regular use. The question is not which protein powder is best. The better question is, best for what? If the goal is muscle, strength, and preserving function after 40, whey is usually the most efficient option. It is complete, leucine-rich, fast digesting, easy to dose, and widely studied. Whey isolate is often the cleanest fit for people who tolerate dairy but want less lactose than whey concentrate. Whey concentrate can be cheaper and still effective, but it may bother people who are lactose sensitive. So if whey makes your stomach feel like a balloon animal learning to protest, the issue may be lactose, dose, sweeteners, gums, or the size of the shake, not necessarily protein itself. Plant protein can absolutely work, especially soy isolate or well-designed blends like pea plus rice. But plant protein is more formula dependent. Some plant powders are excellent, others are basically gritty hope with vanilla flavoring. The issue is not that plant protein is useless. The issue is amino acid density, digestibility, leucine content, and serving size. Many plant proteins need a slightly larger serving to match the essential amino acid and leucine punch of whey. For a vegan or dairy-sensitive person, a high-quality plant protein can be a great choice. But we want to see a real protein amount, ideally third-party testing, and if possible, information on leucine or essential amino acids. Now collagen deserves its own warning label. Collagen is protein, but it is not a complete muscle-building protein. It lacks tryptophan and is low in several essential amino acids. That means collagen should not replace whey, dairy, eggs, meat, fish, soy, or a complete plant blend when the goal is muscle maintenance. Collagen is not useless, it is just being promoted for the wrong job. Think of it this way, whey is for the muscle signal. Collagen is more like structural support material. Do not confuse the drywall with the electrical switch. Collagen may be useful for connective tissue conversations, tendons, joints, skin, and certain rehab-style protocols, especially when paired with vitamin C before tendon loading exercise. But if someone counts 30 grams of collagen as their main protein meal for muscle, the math is not doing what the label implies. Now let's talk leucine. Protein is not just grams, it is signal strength. Leucine is one of the key amino acids that helps trigger muscle protein synthesis. Essential amino acids are the building crew, and leucine is one of the sparks that turns the project on. For many adults, a useful serving target is about 25 to 35 grams of complete protein after training or as a meal anchor. For older adults, hard training adults, or lower leucine plant proteins, closer to 35 to 45 grams per serving may make more sense. This is why a 20-gram serving of whey may not equal a 20-gram serving of random plant protein, and neither one equals 20 grams of collagen for muscle. Same grams, different signal. Daily protein still matters most. A good target for many active adults is somewhere around 1.2 to 2.0 grams per kilogram per day, depending on body size, training, goals, age, and medical context. For muscle gain with resistance training, benefits often appear to level off around the neighborhood of 1.6 grams per kilogram per day for many people. More is not automatically better forever. Most people do not need exotic powders. They need enough total protein, spread across the day, with enough leucine per feeding, while lifting progressively. Timing matters, but it is not magic. Post-workout protein is useful, especially if your last meal was several hours ago. Pre-sleep protein can also help if it gets you to your daily target and supports overnight recovery. But nobody needs to sprint to the shaker bottle like the anabolic window is closing like a bank lobby at 4:59 p.m. A practical plan is protein every 3 to 4 hours across the day, with 1 serving around training if it helps compliance. Now the digestion traps. Sometimes the problem is not the protein, it is the sweetener system. Sugar alcohols like sorbitol, xylitol, maltitol, mannitol, and similar ingredients can cause gas, bloating, abdominal discomfort, and laxative effects, especially at higher doses or in sensitive people. Some powders also stack inulin, chicory root fiber, gums, creamers, artificial flavors, and thickeners. None of these are automatically evil, but if the ingredient list reads like dessert, creamer, and chemistry lab had a baby, your gut may file a complaint. If a powder bothers you, do not immediately declare all protein powders toxic. Try a smaller serving, a simpler formula, whey isolate instead of concentrate, or a cleaner plant blend without sugar alcohols or fiber bombs. Now we need to talk about heavy metals. Do not panic, but do not be naive. Protein powders can contain lead, cadmium, arsenic, or mercury because ingredients come from soil, water, processing, and supply chains. Plant-based powders can be more vulnerable because plants absorb minerals and contaminants from soil. Organic does not automatically mean lower heavy metals. Chocolate flavor does not automatically mean bad, but cocoa-containing products can sometimes add more cadmium or lead risk depending on sourcing. This is why daily use protein powder needs higher standards than emergency backup protein. The goal is not to fear protein powder. The goal is to avoid making one powder your only daily protein source forever, especially if the company provides no testing transparency. Look for third-party testing. NSF certified for sport and informed choice or informed sport are strong signals, especially for athletes, performers, military, or anyone who cares about banned substances and label accuracy. A clean-looking label is nice. A tested label is better. A lot-specific certificate of analysis is best. And no, a black tub with gold letters does not count as laboratory validation. Now let's build the best choice framework. Choose whey isolate if the goal is muscle, leucine efficiency, lower lactose, simple dosing, and best cost per effective serving. This is the default best fit for many non-vegan adults focused on muscle preservation after 40. Choose whey concentrate if budget matters, dairy is tolerated, and you want an effective complete protein. Just watch lactose sensitivity and digestion. Choose plant protein if you are vegan, dairy sensitive, or simply prefer plant-based. Choose soy isolate or a well-designed blend like pea plus rice, and be extra picky about third-party testing and heavy metal transparency. Choose collagen if the goal is connective tissue support, skin, joints, tendons, or a specific rehab protocol. Do not use collagen as the main protein powder for muscle or meal replacement. Choose ready-to-drink shakes when convenience prevents a worse choice. Travel, work, gigs, airports, and emergencies are valid uses. But ready-to-drink shakes often contain more stabilizers, sweeteners, thickeners, and packaging trade-offs. Use powder at home. Use travel packets on the road. Use ready-to-drink only when convenience saves the day. Here are the common traps. Trap 1. Counting collagen as complete protein for the day. Trap 2. Buying plant protein without checking serving size, leucine, amino acid quality, or testing. Trap 3. Assuming organic means lower heavy metals. Trap 4. Blaming whey when the real issue is lactose, sugar alcohols, gums, or taking a giant shake too fast. Trap 5. Chasing timing hacks while under-eating total protein. Trap 6. Using mass gainers daily when a whole food meal would be better. Trap 7. Ignoring third-party testing because the label looks premium. Final decision rule. Answer 4 questions. What type fits my body? Does this serving hit the muscle building signal? Is the label clean enough for my stomach? Is the testing strong enough for daily use? Protein powder should make nutrition easier, not weirder. If this helped you pick smarter, tap like, subscribe to Longevity Compass, and check the description for our Amazon KDP book and protein tools like whey, plant protein, collagen, shaker bottles, and travel options. Because the goal is not to own the most impressive tub. The goal is to build and keep the muscle that carries us through life.